Hello everyone, this is Vidya, and for today's video I've picked out some more beautiful picture books from our collection, and these are all fiction, so these are all really sweet stories that go along with beautiful illustrations. So I think you will enjoy these if you love looking at children's books as much as I do. The first one I've chosen is The Complete Bramley Hedge. There are 8 stories. The first 4 are about different seasons, and there's always something going on. What I love most about these are obviously the illustrations. They have a very old-timey feel about them, and they take you back to a time that our children don't know about, and the stories themselves are very sweet. They're about these group of mice who live in a community, so every time something happens they all get together either to celebrate or to help somebody out or find something or go on an adventure. So the central character is a mouse named Wilfred, and Wilfred gets into these situations, very harmless at the same time, like small adventures that little children find really amazing. And each tree is home to one family of mice. There's a lot of detail in each picture, and my son could easily spend like 5-10 minutes looking at every picture and just seeing what they have in their homes and what's going on. The stories take us about 15-20 minutes to get through each one, and my son enjoys these thoroughly. Each of these stories is also available individually, which is how we came across these books. We first read these, I think the summer story from our library. The individual stories come in smaller books, which are also very sweet, and the pages are a little thicker, so they might be good for younger children. But we loved the stories so much that we got the entire collection. I wish they had more of these stories, but they don't, which brings me to the next one. So this next one is called Wilfred to the Rescue, and since we enjoyed Bramley Hedge so much, we got this one. So this is not by the same author. It's sort of like fan fiction. It is written in the same style and the same characters, but by a different author. So it's just a short little read with a nice happy ending. So it's one of those feel-good kind of books. So Bramley Hedge is one of our top favorites these days. Next I have the Wish series. In this series they also have a board book. This one is very cute. It's about a puppy who gets lost and is found again. All the animals step up to help it. So this whole series is based on this little girl named Anya. It is written by her parents, which makes it, I think, extra special. So she lives in one of the Nordic countries, I guess, because it's always snowing up there. And this kind of illustration is something I have never seen before. These are all photographs, beautifully taken. I'm sure they have done some kind of photoshopping or something, but they make it look so realistic. So even though these are photographs taken recently, the story is based on in a time long ago, which makes it it's kind of like a fairy tale, but for modern times. Each of these has a message of kindness, friendship, and it's just beautiful. So this is the Christmas Wish. In this one, she wants to go be a helper to Santa Claus, and on her way, she meets all of these animals who help her, and she eventually gets her wish fulfilled. In the Reindeer Wish, she finds a little baby reindeer who's lost, and she rescues it and takes care of it and takes it to Santa. Because they're photographs, they are even more captivating, I think, and the story is just adorable. And this is the Polar Bear Wish, and in this one they find a little lost polar bear, and they help find its mother, and various animals help them, and the photographs are just breathtaking, like all the books in this series. Most of these are Christmas based, but this one is the Tiny Wish, in which she wishes to be very small, obviously, and she gets her wish fulfilled. And it's very beautiful the way they've imagined these creatures coming and interacting with her. It's very, very sweet. This next series is by an author that I had not heard of before, but these are a must see because the illustrations are really good in these. So each one is named after one famous person. There's Armstrong, Edison, and Lindbergh, and you can already tell these are kind of like biographies, but the style in which these books are written are completely different. So each of these books is about a mouse that has a brilliant idea that seems impossible in the beginning, but then throughout the book you see how he makes plans and how he collects different things that he uses to build these impossible seeming machines. So in Armstrong, this mouse sets out to prove that the moon is made of is a big ball of rock and not a big piece of cheese, which the other mice used to believe. And to prove that the moon is not a piece of cheese, he sets out to go to the moon. And then he collects all these little things and builds his own spacecraft. He fails many times along the way, but then he picks himself up and finally makes it to the moon. It gives humans the idea of how to get to the moon. So the stories are simply genius. This one is about Lindbergh. It's about Charles Lindbergh, who crossed the Atlantic Ocean. And so the story is based on this mouse who wants to go to America because there are lots of mouse traps in Europe. So he wants to go to America but doesn't know how to. So he sets about to build a flying device, and he takes off and falls again, and doesn't give up. Again, the same brilliant message along with the illustrations make this book such a captivating read. Same with Edison. I think out of all of these three, my son's favorite is Edison. This is a story of how the mouse comes up with the idea of a light bulb, and the story follows this mouse who takes the help of a mouse professor to build a submarine. And the sketches are so well done. They actually look very realistic and very plausible. And they finally make it. Each of these books is just sheer genius. I think this author also has written one more with just the illustrations and no words. I think that is also a good one to look at. Next, I have two books called 1 and 2, very simply illustrated. I think I showed this one in one of my other videos. So it's a very beautiful message written in a very simple way that children can understand and relate to. So it talks about a color blue who gets bullied by a color red, and none of the other colors are brave enough to stand up to red until one comes along and teaches them how to stand up for yourself and your friends. So beautiful messaging in a very simply written book. 2 is along the same lines. This is about two best friends and what happens when a third one joins and one of them feels left out, and how they kind of navigate that. We also have 0 and 3 in this series, which I want to read next. My son loves these, and I think they have a very powerful message for little children, and they kind of relate to the situations that children have in their lives. And then I have Alfie, of course, because no book collection can be complete without a few Alfie books. This is a collection of stories by Shirley Hughes, this little boy Alfie who is 4 or 5 years old, and his little sister. They also have lots of other stories of Alfie that we've read separately as well. There's Alfie's Christmas, Alfie and the Big Kids, and Alfie Gets In First. Many of these are available individually. The vocabulary is rich and the sentences are longer, and they are written in a way that does not talk down to children. So I think it's really good if we could read some books like these which have real language and not just dumbed down language that a lot of children's books have. And the illustrations are of course very sweet. The stories all are about Alfie and just everyday occurrences, not big adventures. Nothing crazy happens in these stories. Next, I have Jan Brett's Christmas Treasury. So the stories are all in Jan Brett's distinct style, where a lot happens in the margins, a lot of repetitive events, and children seem to enjoy such stories. Like, they know there's a sequence of events that they can expect, but not knowing exactly how the story ends is what keeps them listening to it. So these are really good read alouds. The size of the book is also really great for just having on your lap and just immersing yourself in these stories and illustrations. Each story will take about 5 or 10 minutes. There's a couple of songs as well if you want to play along. And this is Christmas Treasury, but Jan Brett also has a lot of other stories as well that we have read individually, and my son loves all of them. And lastly, I have a couple of paperbacks. These are by two of my favorite artists. Where the River Begins is by Thomas Locker, who has written a few non-fiction books that I absolutely love. And this is a story about two boys who, along with their grandfather, set out to find the beginning of a river that flows next to their home. Each page has a beautiful painting. So they kind of journey along the river as it flows, and end up in the spot where it begins. So the whole story is beautifully written and illustrated, one of our favorites. And lastly, I have The Raft by Jim LaMarche. The Pond by the same author is beautiful as well. I'll see if I can insert a picture of that from the library. But this is a story about a little boy who is hesitant to go spend summer with his grandma because she lives on a river where there's nothing to do, and this little boy grows up in the city. So in the beginning he thinks he might be bored, but then he forms a relationship with the river when he finds a small raft that floats to him. That helps him go on more of these little excursions, and he finds things to do, and by the end of the story he is in love with the river. So it's a very simple story with a beautiful message of just reconnecting with nature, which is, I think, much needed in today's times. So I hope you enjoyed taking a look at these beautiful books. All the links will be in the description below, as well as on my Amazon page, so you can check them out. And I will see you in one of my next videos. Until then, take care guys. Bye.